Hey everyone! A little bit of a different setup this week. If you're not viewing on YouTube and you can't see us, I am here in the studio with Jake and my sister Grace.
I'm Grace.
You guys saw her 2 episodes ago. Hello. Welcome back to the podcast. This is a very interesting one. I know we had an interesting one 2 weeks ago, but we're going to have another interesting one because we're supposed to go see Wicked in like 30 minutes, and it just took us probably an hour to set up this thing. And so we're going to have to try and speed through this podcast, but we really wanted to get it done because it's a cool circumstance. We're all together for once, but for some reason it's harder to record a podcast when you're all together if you don't have the right stuff. So
Yeah.
that's all I have to say about that. So in order to get this podcast done quickly, I have to actually find this screenshot. So you guys should talk about stuff.
I am really excited to go see Wicked later. Grace and I are home for things, I've been feeling a little sick, honestly. So, if my like voice sounds annoying, it's because I have a sore throat.
Yeah, I would just like to talk about football because that's what this podcast is about. Sunday was really fun. Monday night was really fun. Thursday night was really fun. So we're going to dive deep into them.
Yes, we are.
Uh,
What? Okay. So do you have your picture up?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm prepared.
I was trying very hard to be prepared for this. Anyways, so this week the first game we had was the Steelers versus Browns, our first snow game of the year, which was really awesome. We love snow games. Honestly, any weather related game
It's
is fun.
such a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
Like, watch games in the snow are super fun to watch because of all like the slipping and sliding and just like mishaps that happen. Like,
Unpredictable.
it was snowing so hard that it was like so hard for the quarterbacks to see and everything. But the one thing that really was interesting to me about this game was that, we didn't say, but it was Steelers and Browns, and the Browns won 24-19, and the Browns have a horrible record this year, and the Steelers have a really good record this year. So everyone thought the Steelers were going to win, but the Steelers have a Thursday night football curse where they've never won a Thursday night football game against a team in their conference, and the curse stands strong because they lost.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the game was after when they were interviewing the quarterback and he said he was going to order a dub on Amazon. I just thought it was funny and cute.
Yeah, I've said some mean things about Jameis Winston in the past, and I want to apologize for that. I thought he was going to be a one-game wonder, and he lost aura points when he acted the way he acted and lost the next week. But I think he's actually going to be interesting. And I watching a video recently about I watch recap videos weekly, and the person that I watch, he said like. I'm going to be really interested to see Jameis Winston as a starter, just like when they start building the team around him, if they do. So, yeah, so he played a great game. The Browns won 24-19 in an unpredictable and snowy mess. It was great. We both got that wrong, obviously, because the Steelers are very good. The next game is the Panthers versus the Chiefs. And this actually came down to be a nail biter. Bryce Young almost led the Panthers to a victory. The Chiefs won 30-27. I got that right.
I got that. Didn't you pick the Panthers?
No,
Are you sure?
I have it on my phone right now.
I weirdly remember. Oh, that was your bet.
Yeah, I bet. Oh yeah, I also bet on a few games this week, and I bet that the Panthers would win, and I got that wrong.
Yeah, I picked Kansas City to win. Obviously, there was like some memes going around that everyone thought Bryce Young would rally and beat Patrick Mahomes, and it almost came true, to be honest.
It definitely should have happened. The Chiefs are getting away with very stupid things.
Yeah. Very interested to see what is going to happen in the playoffs to the Chiefs.
Yeah. Next game, we have the Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears. The Vikings won 30-27 in overtime. I got that right.
I got that right as well. This was an interesting one. It is super rival matchup. Sorry, I couldn't
Yes.
think of
Big
the word.
rivals.
They're very big rivals, and it went into overtime. Caleb Williams was playing really well, for what I remember. The Bears recovered an onside kick, which is something rare that you don't see very often.
Because it's such a big rivalry, me and Hannah were in Chicago for it. My neighbors posted like on all the floors of my apartment that they were having a viewing party, that they would have like seltzers and stuff. And I kept walking by because I was going upstairs to her apartment to watch the game, and it just like sounded like so much fun. So I'm kind of sad we didn't go.
You should have gone.
Wait,
But
the
the Bears-
Vikings won though, so
The
I
Bears
have-
lost, so they were probably really upset.
Yeah, well, it's probably still an exciting game to watch with people, especially because it went into overtime. If somebody, okay, so I've only met one of my neighbors in this apartment that I live in, the neighbor that lives on the other side of that wall, and he saw me wearing a Commanders jersey one time, and he said, "Good luck. I think it's gonna be a good game."
Was
And-
it the Steelers game?
Yeah, it was the Steelers game.
Yeah.
It
All
was a
right,
good game.
next one. Tennessee, Houston. This one was
32-27, the Titans upset the Houston Texans.
Yeah, so I got that one wrong.
I got it wrong as well, but I did bet on the Titans to win, and I made money off that. So
This was a super, super messy game.
really,
Yes, it's always messy. The Titans got a safety in like the last few minutes.
yeah, the Houston Texans are not looking too good. The video that I was talking about earlier of the recap, the title of it was like week 12 recap, big concerns for the Houston Texans and the Washington Commanders. So we'll get to that when it comes, but yeah, the Titans played a good game, and I kind of expected them to win. I wish I doubled down in the podcast predictions because I
Yeah.
thought that was the upset that if I was going to pick out of all of these, that was the strongest one.
It's
'cause
so
the Titans
interesting
have been
because I
playing well.
see like a lot of playoff predictions, and Houston is always in there, and yeah, they have the record for it, but they have not been
They have the
playing well.
record and the roster for it.
But they were down by 3. All they needed was like a drive to get a field goal to tie
I
the
know.
game, and they got sacked in the end zone. Like,
Yeah. Well, he stepped out
And
of the back of the end zone.
and the game before that, I just feel like they're not playing.
Yeah, the
as
past
well.
few weeks have not been good for them. Next game, I mean, who would have thought the Detroit Lions beat the Indianapolis Colts 24-6. Not much to say there other than look at the facts between the Lions, how they deal with bad opponents, versus the Chiefs, how they deal with their bad opponents. Chiefs hardly
Yeah.
got away with it. The Lions crushed because they're
Yeah.
the best team in the league. I got that right.
Yeah, same. There's not much else to say other than the fact that I don't see anyone beating the Lions.
Yeah.
Which is scary to say because they do play the Bills in a couple weeks. Ooh, next game, Patriots versus Dolphins.
I got that right. Oh, sorry, we didn't say who won.
I was like, what?
The Dolphins beat the Patriots 34-15, and that's a division rivalry. So
I picked the Patriots to win that, so I was wrong.
yeah, I remember you did pick them.
It
think Tua
low-key
had
was-
a really good game.
And Loki was also almost a shutout. I think the Patriots didn't score until the second
Yeah,
half.
Tua had a very, very good game, and the Dolphins, I just wish they had Tua never got injured because they would be playoff contenders, but it's
I'm fine with it because then the Bills can easily clinch their division.
true, yeah.
Next game, Tampa Bay versus the New York Giants. The one thing I remember from this game is when Baker Mayfield, the Bucks quarterback, rushed into the end zone and scored a touchdown, and then did like the signature move of the Giants quarterback. I
He
thought that was-
did?
Yeah, he
I
did
didn't-
Tommy DeVito. And after it, in the press conference, they were like
Period.
grilling him about it. They're like, "Oh, like why were you mimicking Tommy DeVito?" And he's like, "It was a tribute. It was a tribute.
Yeah,
He's a cool
right.
guy."
That Baker Mayfield also, there's a really funny play if you look it up. Baker Mayfield, there was like a fumble and no one saw it. The ball was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, like Baker Mayfield just comes diving in on it because he's the only one that saw it. Like,
Another play that happened in that game was Bucky Irving. He's like
he's a rookie.
rookie running back. So he's like
He's like an
second running
athlete,
back,
though.
but he's honestly like
Yeah.
the same level as Rashad White.
Yeah.
He had a really long run, like 56 yards, and Baker was literally running faster than him and got up to him and was blocking. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baker
I always love
Mayfield's so
when
good. I
quarterbacks
love
will
him.
like they don't like hand the ball off and like they're done with their job. They like continue to help. That's what I like to see in a quarterback.
Yeah, I was right about this game.
Jack of all trades, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah, I was right. Next game, Dallas versus Commanders.
There's a lot to talk about, but I don't want to talk a lot about this game. The Commanders lost to the Cowboys 34-26 in a very upsetting defeat. You should actually go watch the highlights for this game because it was probably the craziest game of
The score with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter was like 13-9, and the game ended like 34-26.
Yeah.
So that just tells you what the hell went down in the last 5 minutes.
a very insane game. And I just watch the highlights from it. We should have played like we did in the final few minutes, like the whole game.
And
but
that's something interesting because that has been happening the past few weeks where we are very explosive in the last quarter.
And none of the problems were in the final few minutes when we could have won. It was none of it was Jaden Daniels' fault. He played he played perfectly in the final 5 minutes to clinch us a win, but everyone else fucked up. So and I
Yeah,
still
that's
have a
enough of that.
Commander shirt on. Let's move
Still
on.
makes me upset.
It's triggering. Next game, we have the Denver Broncos versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Denver Broncos won 29-19. Very non-surprising.
I
I
had
was right
that
about
right.
that.
This was like an afternoon game. It was post Commanders defeat, so I was just not feeling it, and
I went to
wasn't
sleep
paying
after
attention.
the Commanders game.
I mean, I was paying a little bit of attention because I have Bo Nix on my fantasy team, and he wasn't performing well in the first 2 quarters, but then they got it together at halftime, which made me feel better.
Yeah.
I literally don't care about either of those teams at all, so I wouldn't have been interested to watch.
Okay, so the next game we have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Green Bay Packers. The Packers won 38-10. Wow, I don't remember it being that big of a differential, but I did pick the Packers to
I
win.
picked the Packers as well. Yeah, because Brock Purdy was out.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So their backup quarterback is number 17, and his last name is Allen. And the 49ers and the Bills play each other this week. So if he's still playing, it'll be Allen 17 versus Allen 17.
Wow, that's so funny.
And it's supposed to snow.
The 49ers are getting fucked.
Yeah, they it's injury after injury for them.
George Kittle is just like always injured.
But Brandon Ayuk is out for the season. Brock is injured. Debo was injured for a little bit. It's just crazy for them.
Yeah.
And obviously Christian McCaffrey.
Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals versus the Seattle Seahawks. This was a weird game. The Seahawks won 16-6, which is a very strange score.
Yeah, wait, what? I picked Arizona to win this one.
Sam, I picked Arizona to win. Arizona.
I don't. This was like the one afternoon game I didn't pay attention to at all.
Yeah.
I can't. Arizona didn't
Two
score a
birds versus
touchdown.
each other. Cardinals versus Seahawks.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I actually kind of like both teams. I'm surprised. I just hate
Arizona is-
I hate 4:15 games so much.
Arizona is kind of that one team that's like the Chargers for me, where I just see them and I just get like bored.
Well, I've never had a chance to watch them. Wait, we play them soon, I think, right? Or did we already play them?
I
I
don't
don't
think so.
remember. Who knows?
Next
we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Los Angeles Rams. The Eagles won 37-20 in a primetime game. I picked the Eagles to win, and I was correct.
I picked the Rams to win. Unfortunately, I was wrong. This game was record breaking.
Oh yeah,
For Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
He's just a beast. I don't understand when the Eagles got so like fucking good.
They've always
like,
been good.
I know, but there's something this season that they just look undefeatable.
Yeah, it's getting scared. They're building up each
Yeah.
week to becoming.
They're getting
like,
better and better each week. They honestly weren't that dominant in the beginning of the season. And then
Yeah.
also, like, on the flip side, LA has such great stats. Like, all their players have such great stats. They have so many weapons, but they can't put anything together, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, I mean they put it together in other games, but their strength I think is their short pass game with 2 good wide receivers. But the Eagles' one big strength on defense is They have a very, very good cornerback. Remember, Thomas, our brother, sent us a thing that showed because when the
Yeah.
Commanders played the Eagles, like Terry McLaurin was
But
completely shut out.
Puka had a lot of yards this game.
I know, but still, like,
And they have a good running back. Like I know I'm saying like the Eagles are a better team, but I just feel like LA is.
I still
up
think
there,
LA has
and
been
they
doing
just-
really well the
Yeah,
past
but
few
they're like
weeks,
5-5. I don't know.
because Puka and Cooper Cup just got back like 3 weeks ago,
Whatever.
and they won every other game since.
Well, this game was fun in my apartment because I had Saquon and AJ and Jalen and my friend, my roommate Isabella had Puka. So we were both like kind of competing against each other. But I always, again, say fly, Eagles, fly. They've always been that girl. They've always been good.
I like the Eagles a lot because one of my best friends is from Philadelphia, and I know the culture very well. And I love the movie Silver Linings Playbook because I like that movie. But I realized I said because after for no reason, but it's a lot about the Eagles, and yeah, I mean it's so hard to like not root for East Coast teams, especially like New
But-
York. But I feel like
No,
Pennsylvania.
but you don't want to root for the Eagles right now.
I know I don't. That's why I'm
Yeah.
saying it's hard because like,
Oh, I thought you said it's so hard not to.
Okay.
well, it is. Yeah, it's so hard not to, but I don't want to.
Oh, I
That's
see
what
what
I'm
you're
saying,
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Any other situation, I'd be rooting for them. If they make it to the Super Bowl, I'm rooting for them. Anyways, moving on. Next game, the final game of the week was the Baltimore Ravens versus the Chargers. I picked so the Ravens won 30-23. I was wrong about this. I picked the Chargers to win, and
I was
wrong
right.
'cause I bet on the Chargers and they lost.
This was also a super fun game to watch. I'm trying to think.
got to watch it together.
Yeah, we got to watch it together
With Spaghetti Sunday,
Monday. Spaghetti
Monday, improvised. Yeah, and it's fun because we got to watch it in Maryland too, but it was actually in LA.
It was in LA. There was a lot of celebrities at the game, both nights at SoFi.
Yeah.
Well, was Bradley Cooper at the game last night or the
No,
Eagles game?
Eagles
He was at the
game.
Eagles game, which makes sense. He's from the Philadelphia suburbs, and he was in Silver Linings Playbook. How appropriate. Yeah. So we also do.
What?
I like that was such a bad.
Okay,
I was trying to
what?
smoothly
Segue?
transition
We also
into
do
something.
what?
A question. Remember you screenshotted it?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
So, yeah, again, we're trying to speed through this podcast, so like we don't have a big segment in the middle because again, we're seeing Wicked. We were gonna talk about talking about our favorite Super Bowl halftime shows.
quick.
Yeah, we could do a quick rundown of what we think. Like in my lifetime, I'll go through what like the ones that I saw that like stand out to me the most were Katy Perry and Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
Those
agreed.
two are my favorite.
No, I'm going next. I'm literally holding the microphone and speaking. Katy Perry and Lady Gaga are both very, very memorable, but my favorite is easily Super Bowl 50, Coldplay, Bruno Mars, and Beyonce. I'm also really excited for Kendrick Lamar because he's my favorite rapper.
Okay, well, I have always been a very insane Super Bowl halftime show fanatic. I watch them all the time. My favorite is also Coldplay, Beyonce, and Bruno Mars because like you just can't really top that. I would also like to add, again, Lady Gaga. I actually really liked The Weeknd's too. Speed thinking through this. I mean, I love Shakira and J-Lo's.
Shakira's was so underrated. Yeah, I
like
like that one.
when Shakira got on those drums, like
And
I'll
the
just
song-
never forget
yeah.
it. Like it was
I
so
saved
funny.
the one song she sang in it, like, when the empires of the world
Yeah.
unite, we are
Yeah.
alive.
It's just like
So
Shakira's so good. I feel like there's one that I'm missing that I like
Rihanna?
absolutely. Oh well, yeah, duh.
Beyonce.
Sorry.
Beyonce.
Beyonce, Rihanna, but like obviously there's standouts.
Oh yeah, and Prince's back in the day was also epic.
Yeah, I just don't really remember Prince's. What I do remember is recently I was like raving about because I think Lady Gaga's is just very underrated. I thought it was.
think it's underrated.
Yeah.
I feel like people never talk about it being one of the best, and I think it's one of the best.
When she jumped off the stage,
Like-
like everyone, or
and
off
she's
the
just such a good performer.
tip of the
And
whatever.
she did a very good mix. But when
Question
I brought
for
that
everyone,
up,
though.
when I brought that up, the friend I was talking to was just like, Michael Jackson's is the best by far, and like we watched it, and I was like, this is unbelievable.
I could say
Michael
the
Jackson's
worst.
is probably the best of all time, I think.
I think Justin Timberlake with Selfie Kid, that was pretty bad.
Oh, that was
And-
fucking terrible. That
And
was the
like,
worst thing in the
don't
world.
get me wrong, I love the Black Eyed Peas, but like,
I don't
it
remember
was
theirs.
so random. It was hilarious.
Usher's was bad, too. Like, I
Justin
didn't like
Timberlake's
Usher's.
actually
It was good. It
like
just wasn't crazy.
thinking about it like gives me the worst vibes ever. Not because of him, just because of fucking Selfie Kid and the Troll song.
Selfie Kid died recently.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
Question for everyone, really quick: who is your dream Super Bowl performer?
Yeah.
My-
Well, we're going to get into this more in another episode when we have more time, but we wanted to get our thoughts out quickly. So, and yeah, ask us who you would want to see at the Super Bowl, and then just tell us who your favorites
Yeah,
are.
comment
because-
on our most recent post and tell us your dream Super Bowl performer. Mine, Miley Cyrus. I think she would be a great performer, and she would. You're distracting me. She would. She is good for the old crowd with her covers, and for obviously the young crowd with her Hannah Montana stuff. So I think she would be a great performer.
I've been saying that since way before Hannah has. She's always been my top, and she stole that idea from me.
My dream is Jaden Smith and Justin Bieber.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't know who my dream one is.
Do you want me to say the question then?
Yeah, read the question.
Okay, sorry, we have to speed run. Emma Loves to Dance asked us, she said that she would love to hear how we avoid anger when we lose in fantasy, and that
She lost by like what point?
.02 this week.
Yeah. I can't give you any advice because I would be fucking pulling my
Yes.
hair out of my head.
I
and-
genuinely, I can't deal with anger. I get very, very angry. But I've been on a win streak of like 4 weeks, so.
Well, it's interesting because you guys get more angry than I. Especially like Grace gets really angry about losing in fantasy, and I for some reason I'm just like I lost this week to Hannah, and I'm like, yeah, it sucks, but it's like like half everyone's team is on bye, but like Josh, I had to play Jared Goff, which he's a very big hit or miss with him, the amount he scores. And then, I got fucked. Like, Joe Mixon only had 9 points. Justin Jefferson only had 4 points. And those are, like, my heavy hitters. And I didn't have Drake London or Josh Allen playing. Zach Ertz scored me 15.8 points, which is, like, one of my highest because the only other person that scored that much was David Montgomery. And then even Derrick Henry, he only had 140 yards.
I think that's like
with no touchdowns.
I think that's the frustrating part is like when you have players who are just like supposed to do so good every time and they don't.
Yeah.
Like that's what gets me so frustrated, and I get like really angry when I am not doing well. Like I can lose, but I have to still do well, like play the best I can. But one thing I just try to remind myself is like I'll just do my lineup really good next week and hopefully come with a dub, even though I never do.
Yeah, and one tip that I can help, or that I try and help myself with, is I try not to check my fantasy app until like halftime, because a lot of the times nothing really goes on in the first 2 quarters. So like that will ease my like stressness and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't have any advice. It just fucking sucks when that happens.
Yeah.
I did win in my other league, but my opponent left two people on bye and 2 people on injured reserve in their starting lineup because they don't pay
God.
attention.
That's crazy.
Okay, we gotta move on.
Yeah. So, are we gonna go through our predictions for next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Damn. We're gonna. Oh yeah. This is good timing. A short episode.
But the one thing that we won't have for next week is our predictions. We'll just have to watch the video to figure that out next week. But whatever.
You'll probably remember.
I think I might remember.
I won't. Okay.
The first game. Oh, so this is also another weird week because it is Thanksgiving week, right? So there's 3 games on Thursday and a game on Friday.
Oh.
The first game is the Bears versus the Lions. I'm picking the Lions to win that.
Lions easily.
Yeah, I think the Lions will win.
Next game we have the Giants versus the Cowboys. I guess the fucking Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys.
I don't trust that.
I'm going with the
fucking
Giants.
character. Okay.
I think Tommy DeVito might be injured, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, well, they're fucked. Next game, we have the Dolphins versus the Packers. This is actually a very interesting one. My. Oh my god, you guys go first.
My gut says Packers.
I hate the Packers, so I'm gonna say the Dolphins. I don't know if it's like a, I don't know.
No, it's a good pick. I'm gonna have to pick the Packers because I like them, and yeah, I'm just gonna say the Packers. But
Okay.
next game, Friday, Black Friday game, we have the Chiefs versus the Raiders. Raiders are 2-9, and the Chiefs are 10-1. By the way, I don't know who decided to make that the Black Friday game, but fired. Chiefs.
Chiefs, but division games this year have been very upsetting. And they are division rivals, so I could see Oakland winning it, but I'm going to say Chiefs.
I mean, Chiefs.
Sunday, I don't know why I read the date. This is okay. Well, I know.
There's
Okay,
only 2 games on Sunday?
no. Chargers versus Falcons. Chargers.
Chargers.
Good.
That's kind of a hard one.
I
but
think the Falcons have been
falling
playing.
off.
Yeah, they've been playing really bad. Next game we have the Steelers versus the Bengals. That's actually going to be an exciting
That's
one.
also
I
a
think.
division game.
Division, and
Okay, wait. I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
oh god. Okay, I'll go with the Bengals too.
Me 3.
They
T.
need to win. They
I just
need
feel
to.
it.
If they win the rest of their games, I think they have a shot at wild card. Maybe,
Joe has had
right?
2 passing yard
Yeah,
games this
he's
season.
he's too good to be. I don't know.
And division game, like it's gonna be heated. Where is it? Is it at Cincinnati?
It doesn't say.
Yeah, it's an at sign.
Oh yeah,
It's at Cincinnati. I think Bengals are taking it at home.
yeah. I hope. I just am a little bit mad at the Steelers still too.
Same.
The Texans versus the Jaguars. Texans.
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 I don't know if what's his face. Trevor Lawrence is back.
Lawrence. You always do that.
is back, but the Jaguars are just so shitty. Cardinals versus Vikings. Interesting. I actually am going to go with the Cardinals for this one.
Vikings.
Vicodin. Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings have been kind of getting away with their wins the last few weeks, so I think.
And the Cardinals scored 6 points last week.
True.
You can't change it now. Next
I
one.
know. Colts versus Patriots. Wow, this could actually be a good game. I'm gonna go with the Colts though.
I normally pick the Patriots to win an upset, but I think I'm gonna go with the Colts.
I think I'm gonna go Patriots.
Next game, Seahawks versus Jets. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. Fuck the Jets.
I pick the Jets every single week, and I'm gonna do it again.
Have they won ever?
No.
I'm going with the Seahawks, I guess.
The Jets they're just gonna get a win eventually, so if I keep picking them.
They've had more than enough opportunities, and the Seahawks have been heating up again. They're playing well. Next game, Tennessee Titans versus Washington Commanders. I'm gonna pick the Commanders every single week, but I think there could be something there. An interesting game, definitely.
I think this is when the Commanders jump back, in my opinion.
Yes, I
I'd
agree.
like not even like by a lot. I mean, like
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm obviously going Commanders, and I also just bought my first Commanders gear, so I'll wear that.
I was gonna show my pants, but I'm like, I got these really comfortable pajama pants that are Commanders
Pajama.
yesterday at Dick's. Pajama. Next game. There are so many goddamn games this week. I guess because last week there were just like no games. Next game, the Buccaneers versus the Panthers. Panthers.
Bucks.
Bruh, I saw you like brewing that. Buccaneers.
Let's go Bucks. Let's go Bucky Irving and the Bucks.
I know. I like the Buccaneers, but like, I am very
You want
much
an
rooting for
upset.
Bryce Young. Yeah. It kind of is an upset. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd consider it an upset. The Rams versus the Saints. Saints. I think the Saints are gonna win.
Rams.
No. I meant the Rams.
Yeah,
I don't
Rams.
know why. I think the Rams are gonna win.
Rams.
I
I'm
love
kind
the
of rooting
Rams.
for them for some reason too. Next game we have the Eagles versus the Ravens. Holy shit!
This-
Oh wow!
Those are like my two favorite teams.
Okay, first of all, Eagles versus Ravens at 4:25 when the Monday night game is Browns versus Broncos.
That's so fucked up.
Fucked up. Wow, Eagles versus Ravens. I'm rooting for the Ravens. I'm picking the Ravens. I'm picking the Ravens.
I
They-
want the Ravens to win just so that the Eagles get a loss, but I think the Eagles are gonna win.
Yeah, you're right.
I agree with that. I mean, it's really hard for me because those are my two favorite teams. But I want the Ravens to win. But I think the Eagles will.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I'm picking the Ravens anyways. San Francisco 49ers versus the Bills will be the Sunday night game, which there is a winter weather advisory, big lake effect snow.
Lots of wind, lots of snow,
Yeah.
and negative or single digit temperatures.
Yeah, it's gonna be a definitely fun one, but
This is all possibility though. Like, don't
yeah,
take our word
yeah.
for the
I'll
weather.
have to ask my dad. My dad's knows the weather well, but I'm picking the Bills, bruh, duh.
Yeah, Bills all the way. Let's go.
Bills, Mafia.
We actually sat down today in the family room,
And watched a
we
video
were,
essay
we were
on Josh
outside
Allen.
playing catch.
Yeah, we played football today.
And then we all went inside to lay down on the couch and take a break and watched a Josh Allen 30-minute YouTube documentary.
Yep.
It was good.
And
And they were both smiling the entire time, like quietly.
how do you know that?
I kept looking over at you guys.
There was something in it that was like, I was like, damn. I think like I just didn't realize how good he was. Well, I mean, he's still like amazing, but I didn't realize he had like, was it like 300 or 400 yard games in a row or something?
Yeah, something like
some
that.
insane stat. I was just like, damn. Okay, he was
Or like
really
without
that
interception.
good. Yeah, yeah. Just like he's so good, and his story is fun. But also, I was thinking a lot internally, like now that I have perspective on exactly where he grew up and that he grew up on a cotton farm, I'm scared that he
Yeah.
influenced
I was scared.
what's her name?
Haley?
Haley to vote for Trump. But I don't think so. I think because he just gives me this like, I don't know, how are Northern California farmers? Are they, because some farmers actually don't like Trump.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That like
Farmers are
scared me a
smart
little bit.
people too. Like it's like when you're like running a big farm, like there's a lot to it. I don't know. The last game of the week, which I already kind of said, Browns versus Broncos. Well, maybe it could be interesting if the Browns perform like they did last week and the
I don't
time
think they
played the
can though
Ravens, but-
because Broncos defense is just really,
True,
really
yeah.
good.
The Broncos.
So I'm
I'm
going
picking the
Broncos.
Broncos. I'm picking the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm picking
but
Broncos.
I'm just hoping it'll be a good game.
I'm picking the Browns. I think I have their defense, so that's why.
Why do you have their defense?
The defense isn't bad.
It isn't. Oh,
No, they have Miles Garrett.
Maybe I
right?
dropped them.
Yeah, they have Miles Garrett.
yeah. Wow. This is actually good timing because I have time to use the bathroom before we go to the movie.
I'm so excited.
So yeah, we're gonna go see Wicked. I apologize if this episode was a bit all over the place and all that stuff, but yeah.
Thank you for
We'll let
listening.
you know how Wicked is.
Yes, I am the most excited.
Okay. Bye.